Love is blind, but am I a little vain?
What is good, guys? Welcome to my channel. So in today's video we are doing a discussion. We're doing a recap on Love is Blind season 7. So mainly the discussion is about the Leo, Brittany, Hannah, Nick situation. So Leo tells Brittany like he grew up very well off, he's gained this huge inheritance.
Because I had all of these family tragedies, I got inheritance like all at once.
His occupation is an art dealer. I'm like, art dealer? Like, are you really that rich? Mother, father, aunt, grandfather, grandmother, everybody died from cancer. He's got all this money all at once at this young age. And straight away, Brittany's like, let's get into it.
The bills, would it be 50-50?
I don't know if I believe in paying all of it. The thought of both of us paying something because it feels like we're both invested.
So she basically said that she has spoken to other guys and they basically want to split 50-50. He also said like one of the things that he's very insecure about is someone marrying him for his money. But I'm thinking like if you don't want people to marry you for your money, why are you letting people know that you got money?
I grew up financially very well off.
It's basically showing off. Then the guys were like, oh, we can see that you have this Rolex on you. And then he just talks about like he went to this prestigious school, he has all this privilege. He was just showing off, and I could tell like the guys were tired. Okay, we get that you have money.
College is paid for. I'm incredibly financially fortunate, but I'd rather have my problem. I really believe that I'm like a unique, special person. I was learning Italian art terminology when I was like 6.
He's full of himself. You know, even the guys, when the guys got it together talking about Brittany, they're like, Brittany's gonna be very expensive, but he's like, you know, I got the money, I got the funds. So Leo says he has feelings for both Brittany and Hannah.
Like suit best outfit.
Oh my god.
Very, very like sexy library.
I love Hannah's outfit. Like the pink suit is giving classy, is giving demure. I love the full outfit. Chef kiss.
I kind of look like him, like the less buff version of him.
Nikki D does not look like Henry Campbell. What I see is maybe the guy has the same beard or something, but he don't look like him. So he basically said that because Hannah was like, you know, that's her celebrity crush.
I think he's deeper than what people think he is.
No, he's just so
Smooth.
Nick is a bit weird because the way he's always saying like, you know, you're so beautiful, you're so sexy, all these things. And you haven't even seen the girl. He just says a lot of words that, you know, just to get the girl hyped. And that's one of the things like the other girls also talked about, that Nick is just giving us all this smooth talking vibe, is telling us what we want to hear. He's not real. Based on the way the guy described himself, she's thinking like this is the guy that got all the supermodels. Like, can I compare with his past, you know, relationships? You know, he's probably the type of person that she would definitely, you know, wouldn't sleep without her makeup on, because she's convinced that she has to break things off with Nick D because it is too much and she's having all this insecurity.
You're gonna like cut him loose at some point, right? I just don't want to cut him off yet. I don't know. Hannah, you know what you gotta do. Yeah.
The girls basically tell Hannah like, you know, this guy is selling you dreams, you know, he's a smooth talker, he's not real, you know what to do. So, but Nick D is very stagnant in terms of like, you know, he knows what he wants, so he tells the guys Hannah that he wants.
I have like a lot of concerns with you. Why are you here? Like, why did you want to do this?
She's trying to grill the guy. I don't know, like in this context, Nick D did nothing. He's doing what he's supposed to do in Love is Blind, get to know people. He's like, he's here for unconditional love, not based on looks. She believes like this guy has everything he wants in life. He won't really have any issues on the outside world getting women. So she's wondering like, why are you in Love is Blind? And Nick D threw it back.
Like, I mean, you seem pretty perfect. Why are you here? Because it seems like you wouldn't have trouble really in the real world either.
So that's the thing about Nick D. You ask him questions, he's gonna throw it back. Because it's like, you know, we're both on the same page here. Then she's like, you know, I'm here because the type of guys that approach me are guys like you.
I am just hot to them, or I'm just like a pretty thing to look at.
Girl, he hasn't even seen you. He hasn't even seen you.
Like, I have to like be this perfect person.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to be that. Like, I just want to be like unapologetically me.
She said she just want to be with someone that she can be herself with, no matter her weight, no matter her looks. And then Nick is like, that's what I'm looking for. And he's very straightforward and direct that he wants Hannah. So I don't know why Hannah is like going sideways, trying to create something out of nothing. They just believe the guy's just lying to her. But he tries to reassure her, but Hannah cuts it off.
So I'm about to pee my pants.
Oh my god.
I was like, Leo, I did not mean to say that.
Then Hannah is like, Leo's my number one, let me go back. Leo announces to Brittany that he likes two people, both her and Hannah.
When I'm with you, you're the only girl. I like hate feeling like a player. You're like, I swear to God, you're like both number one. Like,
We're both number one.
Yes.
How can two people be your number one? So number one is only for one person. So he sells her dreams and he's like, like, I see myself marrying you. And then she's like, but you see yourself marrying 2 people. Like, just be specific. Hannah and Nick D, now they're back to, I guess, dating again because she admits that, the main reason for her previous decision is because she was listening to the girls.
What? Hannah's 5'9", 5'8". Right. I said I was okay with that. She cut me out.
Like, if you're wearing heels, you'd be like 6'4", and he's like 5'8". Like, you gotta think about heels because girls wear heels. So I get it, Hannah. I really do.
That's what's gonna happen. Like, why can't I just have a fun date with you? Why do I have to have this like fucking like decision-making date?
I don't want to have
fucking fair.
So he basically tells Brittany like he hasn't reached a decision yet, and Brittany is sick of it. She's at this point, she's over it. She's like, make your decision. You're wasting my valuable time. But then he begins to like sweet talk her that you're so great. People think you're smart. People think you're not smart, but you are. He says that so much, and then he's like, I'm gonna give you a surprise. The surprise that Leo had for Brittany was a blanket. But in the confessional, he basically said, he's leaning towards Hannah more. So Hannah and Leo, Hannah discusses, her insecurities about her weight. And Leo's like, I don't care, like 5,000 pounds. I'll still like you the way you are.
You feel like if I got down on one knee, you'd say yes?
Yeah.
But he's like, I still have another connection. I haven't made a decision yet. So Nick D finally confesses to Hannah that, love you. And then she said it back. Like, so Anna knows to the girl that she's going to break it up with Leo. Not knowing that Leo at the same time wants to choose Hannah. But Leo's a little bit too late.
You, because you were still dating someone else. I never held it against you. What would you say if I asked you to marry me right now? What would you say?
Oh my god.
Please answer me, Hannah. Like, is it too late? I'm just tortured sitting over here, like, not knowing.
The pressure. This is the most frustrating part of the show because I just wanted to enter my screen and just kick that guy out of the pods because she's basically like, you have another connection as well. So why are you kind of throwing all this unnecessary pressure? Hannah tells Brittany like what went down. She was basically like, Leo was literally yelling at me and forcing me for a proposal. I was thinking like, okay, Brittany will kind of know that this guy is not worth it, but the money, the inheritance, maybe what she's thinking about. Leo also tells the guys that Hannah didn't show strength, like she wasn't strong enough in that conversation, but she was crying. Boy, you are pushing her to the limit to cry. And then he also tells the boys that she didn't really communicate that her feelings towards Nick D was that deeper than theirs. And after you're confessing your dying love for Hannah and pressuring her into cutting it off with Nick D.
The fact is, we're not compatible. Nick is better for you.
And I know that.
Brittany is who my heart wanted, who my heart has always wanted. I told the producers in the morning to cancel our date.
That's not what you told me last night.
The lies.
I would beg of you to tell Brittany that it really was mutual.
Now you want to go for Brittany. She's your second option. Hannah basically said no, that Brittany's a big girl. She can sort herself out.
Like, why would you drag me along and you along if you knew that Brittany was the one? If Brittany's the one, then Brittany's the fucking one.
She should be able to visualize that the guy's a con artist and art dealership. They go hand in hand. Brittany wrote a very long letter for Leo. Very long letter in pink. Pretty. It was a very long letter because it was even at the back. This is an A4 type of paper. And she was crying while doing it. That's the problem. Like, I can't listen. So the letter is basically about how, she saw her feeling like she's a second choice. And then Leo basically says, he loves her. He got down on his knees and proposes. And then she says, yeah, I don't get it because based on her writing that letter of, how heartbroken she is, and then straight away the guy proposes to you, just say no and call it a day because it's not going to work. Hannah had high expectations for Nick D.
He definitely doesn't have a problem with getting women in the real world. I think he's gonna have a lot of swag. I literally just can't imagine myself not being into that man. My biggest fear in this moment is that he's gonna see me. He's not gonna like what he sees.
But the expectation was not met when she saw Nick D because the height wasn't heighting and she needs someone taller. They look like they're the same height based on the screen, but if they're the same height and then she wears heels, Hannah is looking for someone that's taller when she wears heels. Even before they meet, she was already insecure, what if he doesn't like how I look, all this, but at the end she's the one that ended up not liking how he looks. How ironic.
In the pause, he described himself as like a football player, like bigger, medium build. What he said, I don't think was really truthful. I feel like I'm bigger than him, and like when a guy's smaller than me, like you feel like emasculated by that.
Because she's a big girl and she needs a big guy. That's the conclusion.
Hi.
Hi.
I know people don't say that you're smart either, but I know you're smart. I think that's why past men have been intimidated.
Why is he always saying that repeatedly?
What do you love about me?
She didn't even say anything that she likes about him.
I just feel bad that I haven't reciprocated saying I love you.
It's okay. And if you never mean it and you never say it, I can live with that.
Why you like?
Oh God, what have I done?
But, you know, the lies are exposed because few couples do get married. Olympics like 6 do get engaged, but Olympics like 6 people. So they weren't selected, but, you know, they do decide to go to Miami. But then they broke off their engagements weeks after. This is strange to me because usually I'm wondering, like, why are you showing us these people when we're not going to see them in Mexico? Because I was really thinking, like, there was going to be a little bit of drama because I think Leo's a bit taller than Nick D. So who knows, like, when they meet in Mexico, you know, Hannah might change her mind. But we didn't get that. They left.